Hey guys, I've got a couple of products from Broaddict that I've had installed for a while. I want to do a long-term review on them and talk about what I've done here and how it's working for me. And I installed these early in the summer of 25. This is January of 26. And the main thing I want to talk about is the Broaddict TrailDeck. And I love this thing. It's served me pretty well and is very rugged. But first, let's talk about why even consider this, because it's not a cheap product. It's very nicely made, its quality is there, but it is a bit of an investment. So, for starters, what we're looking to solve is when we fold the seat down, right? We've got that step. And you can see when I fold that seat down, things are pretty flat through here. And that's fixes what I think is kind of a design miss with the Bronco, but you know, they had whatever constraints they were working with and they had the step in there for some reason. But so for starters, problem that this solves for me is if I'm on an extended trip by myself, road trip, maybe me and the dog, I can camp overnight really quickly. In a pinch, I can sleep in the truck. I'm a big guy, I'm 6'2". I can put the rear seat forward, I can move the driver's seat, tilt it forward. I can put a single thermarest pad in here, pillow, sleeping bag, and me and the dog are all set for the night. There's a dog bed right there. So in a pinch, or you know, you just don't want to slow your progress. Maybe you've had a long day on the road getting to your destination. You just want to pull off in the desert somewhere or something, or a roadside stop, have a quick night. I've done that quite a few times and it's worked great for me. And of course, it doesn't work if this platform isn't even enough with the back seats. Now, the back seats don't go totally flat, so you got a little bit of elevation at your shoulders. It's been perfectly fine for me. In fact, pretty comfortable to sleep that way. So that's the first problem I was trying to solve by installing this. And then that leads to the second issue is any kind of deck that you put in here, you've got volume underneath of that ideally you would want to use it for storage, right? You just don't want to waste that space. So in comparison to like the Ford tailgate that they offer, it looks like that product is just a tailgate that you pull out and there's no storage, there's no drawer or anything, and you don't even get access to the jack area storage underneath. So that's a bit of an issue. So I run most of the time with my Iceco fridge in the truck ready to go, and that works out pretty well. When I set up camp, I'll pull back a little bit and show what this looks like when I'm at camp. I have a couple plastic totes that fit in here with some water jugs, and to just unload this area for a quick night's sleep, to set up my little sleeping area there. Those pull out really easily, throw them up on the roof, and not a lot of stuff to load and unload. And a couple things that I like about this is the whole thing will slide out just like that, and I can get full access to my fridge. I've got extra work surface here, and then I've got good access to my underdeck storage. A lot of volume here. Even the four-door Bronco, not all that big when you start throwing a bunch of gear in here for a trip. And you need every little bit of storage you can get. And unless you do something else for a jack, the OEM jack, I can get to that underneath here just fine and get that out in a pinch should I need it. Of course, you don't want to have to unload the whole truck and make a big mess and have stuff piled up all over just to get access to that. There's Adam the cat. Apparently he wants to go on a trip himself. Sorry, dogs only. What are you doing, Adam? Yeah, you just help yourself there, buddy. So before I close this back up, let's take a peek at the hardware here. This comes with some pretty robust hardware. It's a very easy install. Just a simple bolt-in, no holes to drill, nothing like that. Everything lined up just fine. You see the slides here are pretty beefy. think they're rated for like 250 pounds on here. I wouldn't stand on here, but you could, and I think it would be just fine. So you don't really need an install video. It is very straightforward. The only thing I'd say about that is the whole assembly is pretty heavy. I put it in by myself, but I'm kind of a knucklehead that way. If you want to do it right, you probably get another person to help you lift it in gently, and it goes in very easy. Just a matter of minutes, really, to get that installed. One thing that came in the Broaddict kit, and I don't know if they include it anymore, but there was some foam, adhesive foam strips, and I think they wanted you to put these on the side to kind of fill this gap or give some protection on the side. I didn't use them. I didn't really see a need for them, but personal preference on that. While I'm here, here's a peek into the jack area, and you can see you can get in there just fine, should you need to access that. So of course the other really nice feature on this is this pull-out slide. Now there's not a lot of volume here to work with, but they've done a pretty good job of giving you an effective drawer, and this is a place I throw little odds and ends, a little bit of my recovery gear, things like that, things I might want to grab quickly. And I think the way this is done is a big advantage over some of the other tailgate offerings like the one from Ford, which, by the way, costs a lot more. I see on the website now the Ford tailgate is $1,430. So a couple other things about my setup. I've got my camp kitchen here that all kinds of choices there, of course, but I can pull this out and still access my cooler and have my work area, and I have extra work area here as well. That all works pretty well. And I would usually set up, my camp stove out here or something like that, and just have a very quick and convenient, nice area to work when you're doing cooking things. I have not noticed any rattles or anything like that. It's pretty well thought out. It latches in nice and tight, even on some pretty rough roads. So that brings me to the other product that I have installed here from Broaddict, and this is the 4-door rear cargo basket rack. And this thing also built very rugged, built like a tank. And I find that a couple things I really like about this, its main purpose I wanted was to get a lot of my loose items, electronics and things. I have my Starlink, I have my drone, I have laptop computer, I even have my air compressor up here, binoculars, spotting scope, etc., tire repair kit, and just a bunch of loose items that I don't want down on the deck, because if you have to unload or you're doing the overnight thing, you just want a quick stop. I mean, you don't want to unload all these loose items. You don't want to be fishing around in the back of the truck for the item that you're looking for. So here's a bunch of stuff that I can get to really quickly. It's up, secure, out of the way. I've got clearance to my fridge. So that's another product I've been very happy with. And the question is, would I do both of these again, either together or individually? Yeah, I would. And I found that the install was simple, build quality, very rugged, very secure, design pretty simple, straightforward. It solves all those problems about the unflat deck and the use of the storage down here. And it comes out and it looks pretty OEM, right? It looks like a nicely manufactured setup. It's got a nice heavy rubber mat here on top. It's custom molded. It's got some grip to it. It's got a pebble finish. I've not had a problem with stuff sliding around on this or anything. So that's my long-term review on the Broaddict TrailDeck and the rear cargo basket rack. You may notice that at least as right now, TrailDeck is running 10% off, and got a link below that you can use. So I hope you find that helpful, and just overall, I have field tested this on long road trips, camping out in the desert multiple days at a time, and been very pleased with that setup. So thanks for watching.